Privacy and social media. Social media and the information/digital era have redefined privacy. In today's information technology, configured societies, where there is continuous monitoring, privacy has taken on a new meaning. Technologies such as closed-circuit cameras, CCTV, are prevalent in public spaces or in some private spaces including our work and home. Personal computers and devices such as our smartphones enabled with Global Positioning System, GPS, geolocations and geomaps connected to these devices make privacy as we know it, a thing of the past. Recent reports indicate that some of the largest companies such as Amazon, Microsoft and Facebook as well as various government agencies are collecting information without consent and storing it in databases for future use. It is almost impossible to say privacy exists in this digital world, at now this news. The open nature of the social networking sites and the avenues they provide for sharing information in a public or semi-public space create privacy concerns by their very construct. Information that is inappropriate for some audiences are many times inadvertently made visible to groups other than those intended and can sometimes result in future negative outcomes. One such example is a well-known case recorded in an article entitled "The Web Means the End of Forgetting" that involved a young woman who was denied her college license because of backlash from photographs posted on social media in her private engagement. Technology has reduced the gap between professional and personal spaces and often results in information exposure to the wrong audience. The reduction in the separation of professional and personal spaces can affect image management, especially in a professional setting, resulting in the erosion of traditional professional image and impression management. Determining the secondary use of personal information and those who have access to this information should be the prerogative of the individual or group to whom the information belongs. However, engaging in social media activities has removed this control. Privacy on social networking sites, SNSs, is heavily dependent on the users of these networks because sharing information is the primary way of participating in social communities. Privacy in SNSs is multifaceted. Users of these platforms are responsible for protecting their information from third-party data collection and managing their personal profiles. However, participants are usually more willing to give personal and more private information in SNSs than anywhere else on the internet. This can be attributed to the feeling of community, comfort and family that these media provide for the most part. Privacy controls are not the priority of social networking site designers, and only a small number of the young adolescent users change the default privacy settings of their accounts. This opens the door for breaches, especially among the most vulnerable user groups, namely young children, teenagers and the elderly. The nature of social networking sites such as Facebook and Twitter and other social media platforms cause users to reevaluate and often change their personal privacy standards in order to participate in these social networked communities. While there are tremendous benefits that can be derived from the effective use of social media, there are some unavoidable risks that are involved in its use. Much attention should therefore be given to what is shared in these forums. Social platforms such as Facebook, Twitter and YouTube are said to be the most effective media to communicate to Generation Ys, Gen Ys, as teens and young adults are the largest user groups on these platforms. However, according to Bolton et al., Gen Y's use of social media, if left unabated and unmonitored, will have long-term implications for privacy and engagement in civic activities, as this continuous use is resulting in changes in behavior and social norms as well as increased levels of cybercrime. Today, social networks are becoming the platform of choice for hackers and other perpetrators of antisocial behavior. These media offer large volumes of data/information ranging from an individual's date of birth, place of residence, place of work/business, to information about family and other personal activities. In many cases, users unintentionally disclose information that can be both dangerous and inappropriate. Information regarding activities on social media can have far-reaching negative implications for one's future. A few examples of situations which can, and have been affected are employment, visa acquisition, and college acceptance. Indiscriminate participation has also resulted in situations such as identity theft and bank fraud, just to list a few. Protecting privacy in today's networked society can be a great challenge. The digital revolution has indeed distorted our views of privacy. However, there should be clear distinctions between what should be seen by the general public and what should be limited to a selected group. One school of thought is that the only way to have privacy today is not to share information in these networked communities. However, achieving privacy and control over information flows and disclosure in networked communities is an ongoing process in an environment where contexts change quickly and are sometimes blurred. This requires intentional construction of systems that are designed to mitigate privacy issues.